Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Marquette Golden Eagles Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. Today we're in Athens, Georgia, taking on the Bulldogs. A down year for them, entering at 5-4, so their bowl hopes still alive, but Marquette playing tremendous football this year. 7-2, now number 11 in the nation, the highest we've ever been ranked. A win today would likely propel us into the top 10. The Bulldogs have a new head coach this year. Robert Prince comes over after leading Hawaii to a 12-1 record last year, and now 5-4 in his first season. Last year, the Bulldogs missed a bowl game for the first time since 1996. What were you doing back then? A tough road test here for the Golden Eagles, as we do get Greg Walker back under center, the senior quarterback. And we're here at Sanford Stadium, one of the toughest places to play in the nation, although it's kind of taken a back seat to other SEC programs here over the past couple years. Go heads on the toss. We do win it. And a tough choice here, but I think we'll kick, as we tend to do on the road. Sometimes I like to take the ball and try and get some momentum early on, but instead we'll rely on our defense, which hasn't allowed a touchdown over the past two games. Last week, a 31-3 victory over Missouri, as we're now 3-0 against the SEC all-time, and we're now underway here from Athens. And it's going to be a fun one, a tough challenge against the Bulldog. Here's Cohen on the return, their wide receiver 1, and that's James Johnson. A face mask, give him an extra 15 on the opening play. Johnson, I think a redshirt junior at this point, hasn't seen the field at all on defense, but has been a primary special teamer for us. Now the Bulldogs at the 40 to start. They go play action out of the gate. They had a man over the middle, but they go with Darrell Green instead, the 98 overall tight end, the number 1 ranked tight end in the nation. And he starts us off here today, a 9-yard catch. Georgia's starting left tackle injured for this game, but at right tackle they do have Ryan Young, 97 overall right tackle, an All-American from last season, as Carrington corralled there, trying to run it. 3rd and 1, a good tackle there by Mark Henry. Curtis Carrington, 94 overall at quarterback, a first-year starter in his senior year, although he did get a lot of playing time last year as well. Carrington, slant there for Cohen. We already saw him on the opening kickoff. Now a reception there, 8 yards across midfield for the first. First down now at Marquette's 43. Carrington a drop back. Over the middle for Cohen. And Chris Carter getting over to jar the ball free for the incompletion. Now second down, Goddard the lone back. Carter in motion. The backup tight end, but also the 4th receiver on the depth chart. A quick screen there for Smith. And we missed the tackle with Aaron Clark, trying to get the interception. And Joe Smith, a 6'7" wide receiver, gets 19 on the bubble screen. First down now, Georgia at the 24. We go back to the run game here for Goddard. Bobby Price getting over. And then Goddard forced out there by Carter, 5 yards. Now 2nd and 5, Georgia inside the red zone. And there, Carrington is going to keep as he gets a couple, now 3rd and 3. We'll bring out the 3-4 set here on 3rd and short. Going to just experiment a little here today. Go towards the sideline there for Cohen. We're all over that with Wilson. A quick stop there. Cohen only gets 1 now. 4th and 2 at the 16. And we are going to hold Georgia to a field goal attempt here on their opening drive. Looks promising for the Bulldogs, but I guess they're just happy getting 3 here out of the gate. And it could be one of those close games. I think a false start, so back them up 5 more. But I think it's going to be one of those close games where every point is going to be that much more valuable. Georgia backed up now to the 21. Kick is up, that one right down the middle. Georgia does have a very good field goal kicker, I think a 94 overall, as the Bulldogs take the early lead. And now here's Greg Walker on, missed the last 3 games. Jason Smith, the redshirt freshman, went 3-0 as the starter. Very impressive showing for our quarterback of the future, but this is Greg Walker's team, and he's back. Takes the snap. We'll go Jack Mason. A quick pass there. Quinn Bush, good coverage. Prior to suffering that knee injury, Greg Walker started the last 42 games of this dynasty, accumulating a 28-14 record. Now Alexander going to hit a lane. His first carry gets a couple. And for those who have followed, let me know what you think. Would you have kept Jason Smith in? You know, like seeing what he's done. I think, 7 touchdowns to 1 interception, a lot of explosive runs. Or would you go back to reliable and put Walker back into the game? Now out there empty on this 3rd down. We go for Coleman. Good patience there from Walker as he connects with his fellow senior on the first pass attempt. That play actually looked wide open. I think a few targets there. Back out there empty. First down now at the 37. Sam Manning in motion. We'll go read option here. Greg Walker keeps it as he works towards midfield, 8 yards on his first carry. Now 2nd and 2 for the Golden Eagles. We go to Craig Jones, and he gets the first down. Now halfway through this first quarter, and we'll keep mixing up the backs here. Sam Manning this time, and he's going to be brought down by a face mask. You know, Georgia had him at the line of scrimmage, maybe even for a loss, but we'll take a fresh set and a free 15. First down, Marquette now at the 37. Walker on the drop back. We'll just go to Josh Terry there out of the backfield, and he only gets a couple. 2nd and 8 here, go with a little shallow cross. Walker takes the snap, and we're sacked. Pressure got home. Georgia sent the house, and that's Nate Mitchell, a 94 overall D tackle. Goes in untouched. Good quickness off the snap, and a good finish there on Greg Walker. Now forced back well beyond field goal range. But Mason is an extra blocker. Probably scramble to the right, hoping something opens up and at least maybe get back into field goal range. Go for Washington, and he can't hang on. That would have probably put us at the 33, 34. Would have been a manageable attempt, but still not a gimme by any means. So this opening drive for the Golden Eagles stalls out. A good sack there, which really turned the tide. Now Castillo on for the first time. This kick is up. See if Mike Carroll can get a piece of it, and we fail to, and that will bounce for a touchback. Decent placement on that punt from Castillo, but we just couldn't get field position there with Carroll to bat it down. Carrington now drop back to start this drive. Goes towards the sideline there for Smith, and he hauls that in. I'm sorry, I thought he got the foot in, but they do call it an incompletion. Still a good pitch and catch there. Just couldn't drag him. 2nd down now, Carrington out there empty. Short one there for Anderson. A quick stop from Bobby Price. 7 yards now, 3rd and 3. Carrington directly under center. Georgia at the 26. Over the middle for Smith. We were there with Omar Wilson, but turned away from the ball. And Smith, he didn't haul in that earlier one, but he does get that one for the first. First down for Georgia at the 43. Carrington takes the snap. That's Green, the 98 overall tight end with an uncharacteristic drop. 2nd down. 1:51 left here in the first. Carrington another drop back. And he drops that off for Goddard, and the running back can't hang on. Bobby Price right there. 3rd and 10. Carrington directly under center takes the snap. Swings that out for Green. He hangs on to that one, and he trucks over Aaron Clark to get the first down. Clark is actually a decent tackler for a corner, but no chance there against the 6'5", 245 tight end. Now here's Carrington. Towards the sign there for Carter. And that's a Carter-on-Carter tackle. 2nd and 4 at the 40. Green in motion. Going to be on him and man here with Mark Henry. And they go for Smith again. His 3rd grab already. 16 yards. First down, Georgia. Less than a minute now left in this first frame. 13 passes to just 3 runs for Georgia. Run a multiple offense. They're going to give it to Goddard there. Stopped in the backfield. And that's Jonathan Leak, the sophomore linebacker. A disruptive play, forcing the block back there. I guess he went in on a rush. The block was picked up there at the last second, but too little, too late. That sets him back at 8. 2nd and very long here for the Bulldogs. Carrington, a delay give for Goddard. He's hit hard by Antonio Carr off the edge, and he forces the fumble. Antonio Carr has been somewhat silent, as I've mentioned in the previous episodes, but a disruptive play there. Only 3, kind of did a split afterwards. Only 3 sacks on the season, or maybe even 2. A big drop off last year, had 10. He was an All-American, but plays like that will keep you relevant. An early turnover forced by the Marquette defense, continuing our dominant ways. 16 seconds left here in the first. A quick dump off there for Jack Mason. That's only going to get a few. And with that, we will head into the second quarter. Georgia a 3-0 lead, but Marquette has the momentum right now after that Antonio Carr forced fumble. It's going to be a tough test here today, but if we could find the end zone a few times, I think we'll be in good shape with the way our defense has been holding up. Bend but don't break, and forcing that turnover. Hopefully the first of a few here today. We haven't forced many turnovers this season, but with that being said, we've also practiced very good ball security. Only 1 interception over the last 3 games, although Greg Walker did have 4. when he was starting earlier this season. So we'll see how it goes here with Greg Walker. His first game back, starting 3 for 5 now at the 42nd and 6. Another drop back. So I'll roll to the right. And we'll go for Pope there, 5 yards, 3rd and 1, as that linebacker committed to the blitz. It was important to get Greg Walker into the rhythm. Just 21 yards, though, but you like 4 out of 6 on passing attempts. Josh Terry, the first down conversion. Next week will be senior day here in year 6, so we'll say goodbye to many players from our year 2 recruiting class, including Bobby Price, although, I mean, he was part of our year 1 recruiting class. The only player from that year 1 recruiting class still on the roster. Now first down, we'll go to Michael James, his first carry of the day. A good cutback there. He gets 8 up the middle. And with the injury to Mario McBride, we're going to see Michael James a lot more here down the stretch. We implemented him a little bit last game, and he did impress. I mean, the last time we gave him quality playing time was his freshman year, only a handful of touches last year. Now kind of back on the field as our power back. McBride was really a good all-around back, but even as a power back, he was better than Michael James. But another good carry there from James now. 12 yards on his first 2 carries. But of course the man is Dusty Alexander, our highest ranked recruit from that year 2 recruiting class, going to graduate as the all-time leading rusher. Now he will get the carry here. A good lane opens up, and Alexander takes that for 9 towards the sideline. Going to try and pound the rock as much as we can today. 2nd and 1. We'll go right back to Alexander. Another good carry as he gets 6. Dusty Alexander had a really nice touchdown run. I think it was 39 yards last week on a triple option play. Really implementing that more in the playbook with Jason Smith there at quarterback. But now back to Greg Walker, so it's going to be a little different look of the offense, kind of more of what we started off with in this dynasty. Just a 3-yard short one there. 2nd and 7 now. We'll hurry back just to get a quick play off. Go strong power with Mason blocking on that side. Alexander the carry. Walker getting out there. Not Greg Walker, the quarterback, but Richard Walker, the starting right guard. We actually have 3 starters on this team with the last name Walker. The quarterback, the right guard, and one of our D tackles, Troy Walker. 3rd and 5 now at the 20 as we hit the 5-minute mark in this second quarter. Go for Coleman there. Good route. And Walker hit him. 17 yards now down to the 3. A good strike there from Walker. Showing some confidence on that throw. 1st and goal now. We'll come back out in that jumbo package with Michael James in the backfield. That time swallowed up. Stopped there at the line. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal at the 4. We did have a pass play originally, but look at that light box. We'll try and take advantage. Dusty Alexander, the give. He's hit hard and he fumbles, and it's picked up by Lilly. Lilly just had that big run stop, and now he forces the ball free on a big hit. I'm sorry, that was Roberts on the forced fumble. Lilly recovered. And that's a big one right there. Another momentum swing. Marquette set up to take the lead there with the first touchdown of the game, but instead, Georgia will now take over at their own 2. We have yet to record a safety in this series. Hopefully this is the first one coming out in the 5-2. And we'll go to the run. That's Goddard. Mark Henry, a good read. Stopping him at the line. Gonna run pinch again. Send a linebacker. Have 5 linemen rushing as well. Carter split out wide now on an island. And we'll go play action. A completion there for Carter, and somehow he gets through the Clark tackle. I thought we were going to have a chance there, but Josh Carter, the first down, a good poised throw there from Carrington. Carrington now 10 out of 14 for 104. A good start for the Georgia signal caller. He'll pass here. Good route there by Carter. A lot of separation on that route. He gets another 8. And Carter was there in the backfield, but just couldn't bring Carrington down. 2nd and 2. Georgia now at the 21. They'll go back to Goddard. A good stop there. No gain. 3rd and 2. Now 3:02 remaining in the half. 3rd and short here for the Bulldogs. Carrington to pass. There's a check down there for Cohen, and a good play there from Bobby Price, sticking with it and just barely able to force the ball free for the incompletion there at the last second. It wasn't a safety, but a good defensive stand nonetheless. Georgia on to punt from their own 21. 2:42 left here in the half. Coleman going to field that from, I think, the 39. Going to work this to the left side, past midfield, and he stopped after a decent 11-yard return. We'll see how the Marquette offense responds after the turnover. Walker from the shotgun. Jared Luke, the true freshman, now in the backfield after that Alexander fumble. Walker to throw. Nothing open. I think we had X going over the middle of the field, but too late as the pressure was breaking down, just throwing that one away. 2nd and 10. We're going to go speed option, change up the side, though, as we pitch it. And Greg Walker just somehow able to pick that up. I saw at the last second Luke was being brought down, should have committed there with Walker. And we avoid a big turnover. You know, typically I'm super conservative on those options. I'll only pitch it if I know like 95% that it's open, but we avoid the turnover, back-to-back turnovers. And now 3rd and 12, just 2 minutes remaining. Walker takes the snap. Gonna roll to the right. On the run there for Pope, the one-handed snag, but all of that for just 1 yard, and I think Castillo will punt again. And now Castillo on for another punt. We're going to bounce at the 8. Hopefully we can get a lucky bounce, but it goes straight back for a touchback. Is that, I think, the 2nd or 3rd so far. So 103 here for the Bulldogs offense, as they're going to take over from the 20. Carrington going to start out empty. Georgia probably going to see a lot more of the pass, as has been the case today. Underneath there for Cohen. A good finish on the catch, and he gets a first down. Now less than a minute left. Georgia took their first time out. Towards the sideline there for Anderson. A jump and grab there, hung on, and he gets 14. And now 2 backs back there for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at the 45. Carrington to pass. Swings that out for one of them, McDonald, and he's hit hard there by Williamson. Just 1 yard. Georgia's going to have to hurry here. Already burned 2 timeouts. 2nd and 9 now. Carrington takes the snap. And he'll throw that one away. Had a couple guys maybe going there vertically, but plays it safe now. 3rd down. 3rd and 9. A big play here. Carrington has a man there up the sideline. That's Cohen. Another grab for the trusty senior receiver as he works that down inside the 30. 30 seconds remain. Georgia going to hurry back. And this is getting interesting now towards the end of the half. 163 passing yards already for Carrington. There's Dale Green in motion, the tight end we've been talking about. And he will get the target over the middle. We stepped outside with Price, and that half step proved costly. We were kind of on green there, but like I said, a little late. And providing him that inside leverage, all the difference. Now 1st and 10, less than 20 seconds remaining. Georgia inside the red zone. Carrington going to go for a man there. Aaron Clark picks it off. And we have a lot of green grass ahead. I don't think we're going to be able to finish here. Make a man miss. And then brought down there at the 34. So again, a team turns it over in the red zone. And another momentum swing in this game. Was hoping we could take it the distance with Clark. That would have been like a 109-yard return. But didn't have the burners. But still, we'll take the turnover. And this has been a fun game. And now just 6 seconds remaining in the half. Not going to play hero ball. Let's go jet sweep here for Coleman. Nothing doing. And that will bring it into halftime. Just 3-0. Our defense continues their streak of not allowing a touchdown. I don't know how many quarters exactly that is, but at least 9 or 10. And like I said earlier, this is going to be one of those games where every single point proves to make a difference. That safety earlier, we had a shot at a safety. That would have been huge. You know, a 3-2 game at halftime, but not quite the case. 3-0 here, and Marquette will get the ball to start. So here we have the kickoff to start the second half. The lowest scoring game thus far in the series, although maybe we did have a 0-0 game. I think maybe UW last year was 0-0 into the half. Alexander taking a chance there as he's brought down short of the 20. Marquette at the 16 to start, down 3-0, coming out in pistol full house. Haven't had this look yet today. And we're going to go for Terry there, extended the route. We had him and he stopped. Kept our eyes on him, and then he does get ahead to extend the route. 21 yards. A good play out of the gate for Marquette. And now we see Jared Luke, the freshman running back. He gets to give his first of the day, working off a block, shuffling along the line. He gets 6. 2nd and 4. Walker from the shotgun takes the snap. Rolling to the right. We'll just take what the defense gave us as we're forced out there right past the 50. 8 yards and a first. A minute through this third quarter. Marquette in Georgia territory will go Alexander. The first time we've seen him since his fumble there at the goal line. He'll get 3. 2nd and 7 here. I think we'll actually just put Pope on a quick out with that DB playing off. I was afraid of a good adjustment there from the corner, and he did adapt, but we threw it too quick and pulled off with Pope. Now 3rd and 7. Poor execution on my part there. And it's now 3rd and 7 for the Golden Eagles. Going to try and catch him off guard with a run. Alexander, good cut. And he does get ahead for 5 or 6, making it a 4th and 2. I was kind of playing that one, you know, in 4-down territory, so we'll take the 4th and manageable now. We'll go to Alexander, and he just gets ahead for the first. He was certainly going to be stopped, and I think a hit actually forced him ahead. Barely staying alive on that one. Now 1st down at the 38. Come out an ace spread. And Walker takes the snap. Rolls right. We try to get that off for Washington, and when we're hit as we threw. And Stevenson, a gift. And we never see those, you know, go for interceptions. Brandon Stevenson, the safety. I want to say he was probably on a blitz there if he was at that point of the field. And I think we had a target early on, but kind of a gun shy today with Greg Walker getting him back into rhythm. And Georgia, another momentum swinging turnover forced as they'll take over in Marquette territory now at the 45. Carrington under center. A delay give for Goddard. And Bobby Price there to make the tackle. A good 8 yards for Goddard to start. Man, we just can't win today with these turnovers. That fumble at the goal line was even more costly. There's Clark! And he almost had another one. A good break on the ball. Carrington kind of stared down his target a little late on the throw. Clark had a big one earlier in the end zone. That one, he had some space going the other way as well. So it's now 3rd and 2. This defense going for another big-time stop. Smith in motion. And a little distraction there to go. Goddard runs into his own block, and he's stopped behind the line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 4. Good tackle there by Jonathan Leak. Another big play from him. And they're going to bring out the field goal unit for a 56-yard attempt. Like I said earlier, they do have a very good kicker. I think 94 overall. But this one very tough no matter who you are. Is that going to be a false start? And that's certainly going to knock them out of field goal range. A pivotal mistake. And now Georgia will have to punt, leaving 3 potential points on the board. Now the Bulldogs have to punt from the Marquette 44. Actually, they're going to go for a fake. And McGee brought down there in the backfield or after 3 yards. Who was that coming off a block? Bobby Price read that all the way. Heads up play as Marquette forces the turnover on downs on the fake punt. Yeah, I guess if you're Georgia there, you know, you just forced a turnover at this vicinity of the field. So kind of a low-risk play there going for the fake. Now Craig Jones, a carry, get him back involved, and he only gets 1 to the outside. 2nd and 9, Greg Walker fresh off an interception. Welcome back. We have a quick read there for Jack Mason, and he'll get ahead for 8. Now 3rd and inches halfway through this 3rd quarter. 3rd and inches come out in the I formation. We'll go back to Michael James. He finds a decent lane, gets 4. 1st down now, Sam Manning and Josh Terry into the backfield. Walker takes the snap. Rolling right. Try to get that off for Mason, but hit as we threw again. And look at that. Greg Walker shaking up. His first game back after missing the last 3. And that's going to bring Jason Smith back in under center. Jason Smith, tremendous play filling in for Walker. And now another chance to prove himself. Work a comeback effort here. I mean, only a 3-point deficit, but we still haven't gotten on the board. A 5-yard carry there from Jones. Now 3rd and 5. I mentioned the stat line earlier. I think Smith had 7 touchdowns to just 1 interception through the air, along with a few good runs. One, a 59-yard read option in his first start, going back to that Iowa State game. And now you see a little rattled here on offense as the Georgia fans are going nuts here on a crucial 3rd down. Go for Jack Mason there. We got 3 or 4, and it'll set us up now 4th and 1, and we're going to go for it. Georgia stacking the line. And I am kind of reconsidering this call. I think we'll go to a pass here, even though James is out wide. And we're really just going to live in this vicinity of the field if we don't convert here. Get the snap off there with 2 seconds on the play clock. And we're hit as we threw again. You know, Jason Smith really small there at quarterback at just 5'10". And we have seen some situations where, you know, his pass doesn't get over the the D linemen that are approaching him. So still scoreless here for Marquette. 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. This game is straight out of like 1933. Just based on the score. Goddard, a good run there, hits the lane. Chris Carter missed there. Jonathan Leak misses. Williamson can't bring him down. Now Goddard's still going, and he finds the end zone. A 63-yard touchdown run by A.J. Goddard, and he finally breaks one loose. Huge swing there. I always stress how 1 or 2 plays can just totally shift the outcome of a game there. 4th and 1, you know, you think you're going to convert. You don't, and then Georgia takes it 63 yards the other way. And it's now a 10-0 game here in Athens. With the extra point, we'll get our first studio update of the game. Another top 10 matchup here in the Big Ten. Ohio State was number 3 last week and fell to Michigan State. This week they do beat Penn State. Now number 1 Georgia Tech at risk of falling here against Pitt. The Panthers up 24-7 late in the third. So Greg Walker is out for the game with a mild concussion. So, I mean, we'll see. He has to enter concussion protocol. We'll see if he's good to go next week. Now Smith going to try and get a screen there for Sam Manning. And Georgia did bring the house, but still good play rec from that linebacker to bring Sam Manning down for a loss. From this point on, really going to have to spread things out. Now a 2-possession game, 2nd and 13. Go speed option here. We got the pitch there for Alexander. Good block there from Terry. Kind of sealing the edge there. Alexander gets out for 5. 3rd and 8. Come out with 5 receivers here. Go bunch spot. Smith takes the snap. Dump that off for Coleman. And he stopped short of the first. And again, I think we'll just play it aggressive. I mean, we'll at least see what they're giving us. 5 receivers out there, so we can't even go for a run. 4th and 1, and I really don't know about giving them the ball here at this spot. But Bonner might be open there on a quick one. And I mean, Georgia, I think their offense might start getting hot, so we'll go for it here. Smith takes the snap. Go for Bonner, and we can't make it. We just locked in on him, and we can't be doing that at this stage. Maybe should have punted there, but hindsight is 20/20. And now at risk of getting shut out for the first time in this series, Carrington to pass. Towards the near sideline there for Cohen. He reels that in for 3. Not that I'm giving up on a win, but at this point, I'll just be happy getting some points on the board. 2nd and 7. Georgia from the 32. A quick one there. I thought it was picked off by Carter. Darrell Green gets it instead and takes it all the way down to the 5. Chris Carter was all over that. It should have been... I don't know how that went through the hands. That should have been another interception. Darrell Green will not be stopped. 1st and goal now at the 5. Not sure if they're going to get a playoff here, as they will not. So 10-0 Georgia heading into the 4th. 1st and goal at the 5. Jason Smith, welcome to Athens, Georgia. Tough environment here, and both quarterbacks, I mean, Smith, you know, a smaller sample size, but we've really struggled to get some offensive flow going. Had that one good drive where we brought it all the way down to the goal line. But, of course, Dusty Alexander had to fumble in that spot. And now Georgia trying to make it a 3-possession game with a touchdown here. Carrington directly under center. There goes Carter in motion. And they'll go to Goddard. Stop there at the line. Tackle for loss. 2nd and goal now at the 7. 2 tight ends still out there for Georgia. And they will go back to Goddard. Held up there. A good tackle by Carter. Gets 4 now, 3rd and goal. If you can hold them to a field goal attempt here, you know, at least it's still a 2-possession game. But 3 possessions here may be out of hand. Carrington, an easy pitch and catch there for Cohen as he burns Aaron Clark off the line. And Georgia now up 17-0 pending the extra point. So at this point, down 17 late in the game, just got to kind of remind yourself, you know, just run your offense. Don't play with too much urgency. Just play it smooth, and hopefully you can get some points on the board. Smith drops back for Pope. I don't know why Pope went so far in. Should have worked towards the sideline away from the defender. And a near interception there. We stay alive here on this drive. Now 2nd and 10. Go with a run here, even though there are 4 receivers on the field. Alexander takes that ahead for 11. Smith out there empty as we hit the 7-minute mark. And Smith will keep on the read option. Showing some good agility there in close quarters, but can't get away from the defenders. Only 2 there on the keep for Smith. Tackled there by Bo Bain. And then we go to Alexander. And that D tackle just broke through a double team there. I think that was Mitchell, their star D tackle. Alexander only 2 yards now, 3rd and 6. Smith out there empty. Takes the snap. Gonna try and go downfield for Mason. And what happened there? We had him wide open. I should have just let the CPU do its thing instead of trying to user him there, but that was a weird one. And we now face another 4th down. And if we give it back to Georgia, they could put it real out of hand on the scoreboard. Roll left this time. We'll just commit to the run with Smith. And we're stopped there at the 50. 1st down now. Empty box there for Georgia. We'll go with the sweep. Good cut there from Alexander. Still going. Breaks the tackle. As he's brought down there at the 30. 20 yards for Dusty. Alexander has been coming alive in this game. Especially after the fumble. We'll go right back to him there. Stopped at the line, though. Again, that D tackle Mitchell, a big play against the run. All right, at this point, maybe got to start playing with some type of urgency. You know, the game still is within reach. Don't want to waste too much time trying to play it comfortable. Just take a downfield shot there for Terry. Comes back to the ball, makes the catch. A stiff arm. There's a good catch there from Terry Smith. A little risky throw across his body. But a good attack on the ball from Terry to make the catch. And we're now in business at the 11. And we are going to hit the 5-minute mark in this spot. Smith takes the snap. Quick one there for Washington. Hauls that in. Forced out at the 4. Now 2nd and 3. Less than 5 minutes in the game. We'll go back to the run here for Alexander. Just keeping that one up the middle. And at the bottom there, number 3 Michigan State falls to Maryland by 3. Michigan State beat number 3 Michigan, and then they beat number 3 Ohio State last week. But now they fall to an unranked Maryland team. Quick one there. We'll go for Mason. He hauls it in that time. A quick pass from Smith, a quick read. And we do find the end zone. So we do avoid the first shutout of this series, luckily. 4:28 remaining. Still some time, but our defense is going to have to get a quick stop here. We can't let Georgia eat up really any clock. Hunter Kraft extra point is good. And it's now 17-7 here from Athens. We'll get another studio update. And this one a little late. We already saw that Michigan State fell on the bottom ticker. Georgia on for the return. Just the 2nd time they'll get a kick return here today. Cohen. And he brings that up to about the 25. Carrington from the shotgun. 4:24 left to play. And he will pass. Going up the field. And Aaron Clark, another one in his hands. But he couldn't reel that one in either. 2nd down, 4:20 now left in the game. Carrington, another drop back. Towards the sideline there for Cohen. Strong stiff arm leaps over, or hurdles over Williamson. And he's dragged down there at the 49. I keep coming out in these 3-4 sets thinking they're going to run, but they're sticking to the pass still at this point. 17-7, Georgia at the 49. A quick one there for Green, and Omar Wilson a strong tackle as we're halfway through the 4th. 2nd and 5, Carrington directly under center. And he will drop it back here. Or he will just throw that one away instead. 3rd and 5. 3rd down here. We'll see what Georgia dials up. And they're going to go with the screen. Williamson, bring him down. And Antonio Carr gets over to help. But it's going to be a 4th and 1 from the 41. And they're going to bring out the punt unit. I'm surprised. If anything, I thought they might attempt a field goal or even go for it. But they're going to give us another chance on offense as time does tick down. And we head towards the 3-minute mark of this 4th quarter. 2:49 left for Marquette to work some magic here. Smith comes out empty with 5 receivers. Takes the snap over the middle there for Washington. And he's brought down at the 35. We're going to go hurry up now. Leave these 5 receivers on the field. Run some levels. Don't really run this concept too much. Smith takes the snap. We have Coleman there, and we were late on the throw. Luckily, David Pittman couldn't hang on. 2nd and 10, 2:40 remaining, sticking with the 5 receivers. Smith takes the snap. Pocket collapses, and we just have to get rid of that one. Now 3rd down for the Golden Eagles. And Smith will keep. Good block picked up there by Terry, but there's an extra defender there. Terry couldn't pick up both of them. And it's now 4th and 14, really do or die at this point. 4th and 14 now at the 30. Like I said, do or die for the Golden Eagles. Smith takes the snap. Have a man downfield, that's Pope, and we're almost picked off. Smith doesn't really have the necessary arm strength, to lead Pope in stride. Otherwise, that could have been a touchdown. Pope did get some separation vertically, but we turned the ball over again here, at least this time on downs. Is that the 2nd or 3rd time we've turned it over on 4th down? 2:01 remaining for Georgia, and hopefully they take it easy on us, just try and burn some clock, and hopefully they're not going for the end zone here. Goddard to carry as he's stopped there by Mark Henry. Now 2nd and 1. Georgia chewing the clock now. After this play, we'll take a timeout. Maybe should have on that one, but 2nd and 1. They're likely of them getting another 1st down pretty strong. They go back to Goddard. Good tackle there by Clark. And we do get the stop now, 3rd and 2. Take our first timeout. 3rd and 2 now from the 24. And we go jet sweep there for Smith. The 6'7" receiver trying to get the strip there was Mark Henry, but Smith hung on to the ball. And we burn our 2nd timeout now. Now 1:12 left, only 1 timeout remaining for the Golden Eagles. And they do go for Goddard, has some space to the outside, but a man on the ground there couldn't work around him as we got lucky there. 6 yards, we burn our final timeout, so I don't think they're going to start kneeing it, or maybe they do. Maybe call one more run play. And it looks like they will call a play here. Hopefully we could just keep him out of the end zone. There's Henry bringing down Goddard. I think Georgia just going to take a knee and take this home with the victory and become bowl eligible. And actually they line up in the I formation, so they are going to call one more play here. And they go for Goddard, and he's taken down there by Mark Henry. So that is going to do it here. Kind of a bad performance, but what do you expect at Sanford Stadium? Even though Georgia has, I don't even want to say fallen off here. I mean, last year they did miss a bowl game for the first time since '96, but still, they're back in a bowl game with a win here today. And the Bulldogs are a very good team. I don't know if I even mentioned this, but Lance Leipold, we turned down the Georgia head coaching gig this past offseason. And we're going to stay in Marquette. Now 7-3 will probably fall down maybe around 15 or so as our 3-game win streak comes to an end. But Greg Walker again suffering an injury, this time a concussion. So I think maybe we'll just ride with Jason Smith from here on out. Curtis Carrington, a tremendous performance under center. 22 out of 33 for 244 and a touchdown. And he had a bunch of weapons. The Georgia offensive line got it done. But their D-line was super good in this game. Their coverage very good as well. We traded turnovers throughout. It was a fun one. Only 3-0 at halftime. But that big hit from Goddard that Georgia scored on through the running game, and that turnover from Marquette at the goal line, proving to be the 2 big difference makers in this game. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. 2 more games left before the bowl game. Next week we'll have Senior Day. Year 6 Senior Day already. I can't believe how fast we're moving along here in this Marquette Dynasty, and I thank every single one of you who have been along for the ride. So, as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.